Hi guys, you are welcome to Relufe Review, a show where we objectively review the Nigerian art, music, movies, and entertainment in general. Like I always say before we forge ahead, please note that all the views and opinions that I express here are mine and my personal biases alone. On that note, my name is AY with the double O, and let's get right into the movie for today. The movie we are going to be reviewing today is none other than Afamefuna. My dear Igbo brothers and sisters, forgive me if I pronounce that wrongly. I'm not from that end. Afamefuna is a Netflix movie. So Afamefuna tells the story of Afamefuna, an Igbo businessman who who lost his friend Paul, was arrested and had to go back into the past, to exonerate himself of the crime. He was arrested based on was arrested for the murder of his friend, and he had to, that's when they showed us, the past into the whole movie, the whole storyline, how he came to play, who the friend was. It was at that point that we started seeing those things. So the flashback into the movie tells the story of Afamefuna as well, who had lost his father and was taken to the city by his mom to work under a businessman named Odogo. Now, one thing I love about the movie, you can already tell that I love the movie from this review. One thing I love about the movie is it was beyond love, romance, or other themes that were shown in the movie. It took us back to the Igbo apprenticeship system. It took us back into their culture. That movie was it was rich in Igbo culture. It showed us the Igbo apprenticeship system and all that. All those things were shown in the movie as well. And it really represented the Igbo tribe well. I would say to the writers of the movie, to the producers, a very big thank you. Kisses to you all, because you did an amazing job on that movie. So flashback to Afamefuna and being an apprentice under Odogu. He meets enemies, friends. He met a friend in the movie, Paul. He met a friend, Paul. And then I would say that the relationship between Afam and Paul has just shown that, things don't stay the same way forever. And some people would be in your life just to help you move to the next step or the next stage in life. You never can tell. They were friends, quite all right, in the beginning of the movie, but how their relationship, faded away to how it ended, apart from Paul being a very greedy person as well. It just, and to meeting Amaka, it just shows and tells that things happen, and that's just how life is. Basically, you meet people and they help you move to the next stage in life. Afam had to go back into the past, and then we saw how he had grown from being an apprentice under Odogu to being his favorite, to being Odogu's favorite. Paul, on the other hand, thought he was going to be getting, his freedom from Odogu, but on the other hand, Odogu gave it to Afam first. To be very honest, Afam's character in that movie and being an apprentice under Odogu, Afam was one of the best. Under Odogu, to be very honest, he was honest with the man. The rules the man gave to him, the rules given to him by Odogu from the start, we saw that he did not flout any of those rules. Don't steal my money, don't do this, don't do that. Afam was that obedient child or obedient servant, So everything that he got from Odogu, I would say that he deserved it. Paul, on the other hand, was a very greedy person, who was not in love with Odogu's daughter. He was just using her to his own advantage. Afam, on the other hand, genuinely was in love with Amaka. And then towards the end of the movie, we saw that they eventually got married. And Paul, on the other hand, who had gone into some shady business with some guys, got killed by those guys. But I'll just go straight into the rating criteria for the movie. So for the plot of this movie, the story is well constructed. The storyline is in place. Now, that Igbo apprenticeship system that was the extra thing in the movie, it just gave it like a pass mark, like, oh yeah, take all my marks, take everything. For me, the plot of the movie was really good. It was captivating. We understood the story. The plot was nice. So for the plot of this movie, I would rate it a good 9/10. I'll be stingy with my score, that's why I'm not giving you a 10/10. For the attraction of this movie, I would say that it offers a unique blend of the business practices in Nigeria, but most especially under the Igbo, apprenticeship system and all that. I'll say for me, that was the point of attraction, really, in the movie. I'll give it a 9.5 over 10. For the theme of the movie, I would say we saw jealousy, we saw love, we saw unpredictability of life, we saw identity, and for every of this theme, they were really portrayed in the movie like 100. We saw everything come out from one scene to the other. They really portrayed all of these things really well. For all the themes in the movie, they portrayed it very well. The characters, played their part as well to portray the theme of the movie. So for the theme of the movie, I'll give it a 9 over 10. For the acting of the movie, the performances are commendable, for the twist between Paul, Amaka, Afamefuna. It only shows the unpredictability of life. Life is not predictable, with the twist that happened between Paul, between Afam, and between Amaka. So for the acting of the movie, I'll give it a good 9.5 over 10. The actors are commendable. The acting was noteworthy. It was really good. For the acting of the movie, it gets a 9.5 over 10. For the dialogue of this movie, the fact that they spoke, this is the first Igbo movie that I'm watching them speak Igbo, apart from the fact that you can see the translation, but the fact that I'm watching an Igbo movie from start to finish, and I'm seated and it's keeping me on my seat, like it's an interesting one for the dialogue of the movie. I'll say that it's really commendable. They did so well with the rich Igbo culture thing, their language. It was really portrayed in the movie. So for the dialogue of the movie, I'll give it a 9 over 10. For the cinematography of this movie, I would say the lighting, the setting, the visual language all contributed to the film's overall success. And I'll say that the depiction of Lagos and the Igbo apprenticeship system, the Igbo culture, adds realness. It adds that real thing to the movie. We saw genuine. This is exactly how it happens. That was the realest part of that movie for me. So for the cinematography, I'll give it a 9.5 over 10. So for the editing of the movie, I would say that the movie is well paced. There was no unnecessary lag here and there. They kept us on our seats without, unnecessary lag, basically. So for the editing of the movie, they did a great job. I'll give it a 9 over 10. So for the soundtrack of the movie, I would say that the soundtrack for each scene was, you see for the key scenes in the movie, the soundtrack depicted the key scenes, that was there for they did a great job for this movie. I don't even know where to start to critique the film. They did a great job with the soundtrack as well. For the key scenes in the movie, the soundtrack was good. It was great. It added depth, it added value to the movie. For the soundtrack of the movie, I'll give it a good 9 over 10. For the directing of the movie, I would say that the director's vision is effectively executed because it's a good movie. So definitely, the directing did a great job. For the direction of the movie, I'll give it a 9 over 10. And for the it factor, you can already tell that I fell in love with this movie. It's a 9 over 10 for me for the it factor. I just would be stingy with the score. That's why I'm not going to give them 100 over 100. Afamefuna ticks all the boxes really good. Overall, Afamefuna gets a 9 over 10 from this end. It is a great movie. It's a must-see movie. If you've not seen it, you should definitely subscribe to Netflix if you do not have, and if you do have it, just go to Netflix, open it and watch Afamefuna. It's not a movie that they should tell you about. You should also see it for yourself. And with that, we've come to the end of today's movie review. That's the end of Afamefuna movie review. If you enjoyed this, if you agree or you disagree, let me know in the comment section what you think about the movie. If you've watched this as well, drop the comments. If you've not watched Afamefuna, go and watch it, then come back, of course, and drop comments in the comment section. Also, if you have any movie whatsoever that you would like for us to review, drop it for us in the comment section as well. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Do not forget to subscribe across all social media platforms. It is at Relufe TV. Until I come your way again next time, my name is AY with the Nwa-Boi Story.